healthcare, perhaps more so than any other industry, customer intimacy is a force multiplier, and it's required for deep and meaningful engagement. Whether you're trying to engage, again, consumers or physicians or patients, the more you know about them, the deeper your understanding is, and the more relevant you will be. And creating customer intimacy at scale is difficult, but it is possible, and we think analytics can help. And in fact, we think analytics is actually vital to making that possible, again, at scale. So I'm going to spend our time today on, these 4 topics. So we talk a little bit about big data, but more importantly, big analytics on big data and its value in healthcare. Then we'll talk a little bit about the role of big data analytics in engagement. How do you mine and use that information to create that customer intimacy that is so important to engagement? And then offering a little bit of practical advice for your journey along the way. So I like this definition of big data. It comes from kind of an industry guru, Paul Kent. He says that big data is any amount of data or complexity which puts you out of your comfort zone, requiring you to shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. And this notion of an abundance mindset is a very powerful perspective. I mean, I know that's difficult for many of us to even comprehend right now because if you're like me and most of my career, you've probably, struggled to get access to the data you need, right? You're thinking there's a huge scarcity of accessible information that is usable and in a format that can create value for either my business unit or my campaign or whatever initiative I have underway. But let me encourage you to view this ocean of data as a gift rather than a curse, and to see it as abundance as opposed to scarcity. But of course, like the ocean, it can be equally bountiful and treacherous. So big data offers a lot of challenges. The first that we all struggle with, I'm sure, is volume. So even data at rest, but massive amounts of it can create problems. Storage space is expensive, even commodity storage is expensive, and accessing and making use of very large amounts of data can be expensive and time-consuming, very resource-intensive. Then there's the velocity of data. So the data that is in motion sometimes has what we call a very short shelf life, right? It's a piece of information that's useful for only a moment in time, and being able to capture that, make sense of it, and make use of it before it expires is, one of the challenges that this big data ocean kind of brings to the table.